Today I'm going to give you guys a huge fish room update and overall walkthrough of all my aquariums because I've been out in Texas for the past 4 days visiting a friend. So I wasn't here taking care of all the fish and I want to make sure they're all doing well. I thought I might as well bring you with me on this adventure to check out each tank, how they're doing. I flew in yesterday and looked at the tanks to make sure everything's doing all right. But unfortunately I've been a bit busy, so I haven't really been able to go and look at all the fish and make sure they're doing well. So we're going to go ahead and feed them because I didn't feed them yesterday when I flew in. So we're going to feed them as well today. So we're going to start off with the 90-gallon discus tank, and I recently just made a video about this tank and we're going to go ahead and feed them. You can see how much algae has recently grown in on this tank, and I think I need to adjust the lighting on this tank. All the fish are looking ready and hungry to eat, so we're just going to dump the food in this corner. Perfect for all of them, which they'll all start coming out and eating. The discus have been breeding like crazy. The plants that we recently put in, so I don't know if you guys remember in the last video, we cut all those plants. Now they're looking amazing because they started growing in and facing the right direction. Oh, here they are all eating, just looking great in their natural little feeding frenzy that they do. And then we have this tank, which is one of the big projects I want to tackle. All these snails will have to be removed, and I'm going to use probably like a little DIY fish trap to do that. But for now, I'm just going to go ahead and feed the fish in here. Nothing is wrong with all the algae. It just looks very, very terrible, but that's okay for now. I have yet to figure out this lighting. If anybody has like a fluval plant light, tell me what settings you have. This is a 24-inch tall tank, so if you have a similar setup, please let me know. I cannot figure it out at all for how to like calibrate it so I don't grow tons of algae, and it's just been really frustrating. So if anybody has that, let me know. But we're gonna go ahead and feed them. All right, I got a scoop right here, dump it in. All of them are doing pretty well. This leaf fish has been chasing the barbs. He can't fit them in his mouth, so I don't know if he just chases them for fun, but I think he's trying to eat them, but they're way too big for his mouth. All right, we're gonna also use food for down here. So if you guys remember in another video, I also added all these guppies to this tank. You can see that they're doing pretty well, and they're actually getting along quite nicely. Maybe some got eaten, but for now they're doing okay. The only problem with this tank, I did lose another pleco, and I say another one because the plecos in here have been like dying off, and I thought it was like the tank divider, but if you look over here, I noticed this when I flew in and I was gonna remove it, is a body of one of the female plecos, which the male is eating, which is kind of weird. Okay, so we're gonna move on from that, but I think, because I thought it was like an electrical charge in the water because this cord kept slipping in, but none of the other fish seem affected and none of the fish seem sick, so I'm thinking that the issue is maybe from them breeding and the male being too aggressive and just stressing the females out. I'm not 100% sure. I really think it's coming down to breeding aggression or stress from the breeding. And that's why I separated the divider to give them more space to swim around as well. It might be just the water quality that they're just not comfortable with. I don't know, it's hard to say. Now, I tested the water with the pleco tank and nothing came back negative. I did a water change, and every time one has died in the past, which, so like last time I found one, nothing appeared wrong with it. So it was full, it looked healthy, so it's just very weird, which is why I thought electric shock, because that would appear like nothing's wrong with it. And I do have all these wires, but none of these wires, like this is for the heater, so it's meant to be in the water, and then like these are tubes, and then the other ones aren't even in the water. And I know it's not the best scenario, but nothing's touching it. So, but we had the baby plecos, so that makes me happy, and hopefully we'll just keep, you know, doing better and hopefully no more pass away. But the good news is the baby plecos in here are doing pretty well. So let's go ahead and feed everything, and we're gonna also feed the baby fish in here, and maybe the adults are just not comfortable in the water, and because I'm raising these baby plecos in here, maybe they'll do better as they grow up and we can breed them as well. So that's the good news, is that the baby plecos are doing well. Unfortunate we lost one, but I'll bury it in the garden to help feed the plants, which is just giving back to nature. All right, so these fish are eating all the angelfish in here. All right, we're also gonna feed the other pleco tank, which also is just having headaches. When you have this many tanks, there's just always something going on with all the tanks. But this filter has gotten clogged up, so all the duckweed has slowly returned. So I need to clean out this filter and get the water flow moving, and then this duckweed will disappear. But we're gonna go ahead and feed these plecos in here. I just scared them all by hitting this a bunch of times. But they're gonna all come out. You can see the baby shrimp and plecos in here. There's some baby shrimp. There's a baby pleco chilling, which is awesome. So as all the fish come out to eat, they'll all be good in here. Yo, something I forgot to mention was when I was in Texas, I saw one of the best fish stores I've ever seen. It was called the Fish Gallery in Dallas, Texas. If you have never seen it, check it out. Here's some photos. Boop, 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 boop. You know what I mean? Yeah, it just had like this huge fish wall. The tanks are done well. Like if I've ever seen a fish store done well, it was this fish store. One of the best I've seen. Check it out, the Fish Gallery. I'm not sponsored, but I was just really impressed. And I'm someone that goes into every fish store I can find. And that one was really, really cool. All right, that's it. Now I'm gonna feed the cichlid tank before we go to the eel. The cichlid tank is doing pretty well. These plants are growing like crazy. The shells are growing well. And we're just gonna go over here. We're gonna take our food, pour some in. Now they're all eating. Now all the catfish will come out. The catfish don't like the camera, is what I've realized, is that they get scared of the camera more than anything. But you can see them all coming out, starting to eat. These guys are slowly growing, the blue ones, which I'm excited about, because they're supposed to get like twice their size right now. All right, now it's time to check on the baby eel. Now, I haven't fed this guy bloodworms in a while. One, because there was a ton of shrimp in here and I haven't caught them out yet. So, I saw him out the other day, and he hides under here, so we're just gonna check in on him, make sure he's still all good. All right. Okay, you guys can see his body, I think. His like nose is poking through the top. There he is. Hey, little guy. So there's definitely less shrimp in here because he's eating them, which is perfect for him. And eventually I'm going to start switching him to bloodworms. And then once the other tank up there is all set up, he'll probably move into there, especially if we can grow him a little bit more. Oh, I don't want to crush you. But he's all happy, active, and I saw him out the other day, so he's definitely getting more and more comfortable. All right, that's the fish room, guys. I'm sorry, my dehumidifier just turned on. That was just a quick update I wanted to give you since I was traveling. I have another video coming up with, like, we're gonna do a snail trap. We're gonna do some resetting of these tanks and get them all beautiful again. If you liked the video, make sure to subscribe and like down below. Check out this video because I know you'll enjoy it. See you in the next one. Have a great and beautiful day. You're doing awesome. Don't ever, ever forget that. See ya.